Good afternoon. This is Dr. Nona James with Abilene Christian University, and I am your instructor for the next 7 weeks for the course CONR 606 Conflict Theory. And I'm coming to you this afternoon on what seems to be a reasonably good day here in Colorado Springs and the Rocky Mountains, and just wanted to this Sunday afternoon greet you and hope everyone is having a good weekend, good rest day for being Sunday, and that you are prepared to begin the journey with conflict theory starting this week, tomorrow. I just hope everyone got all of their resource materials that they needed, and the syllabus, and just all of the materials. Have also had an opportunity to look at the materials in relation to preparing for the journey that we plan on going into as far as we explore and look at the different topics having to do with theory and as it relates to conflict. For Module 1 this week, we will be looking at what is theory, what does it mean, and you will have an opportunity to develop your own particular definitions as to what theory is, as well as communicating that with your peers in discussion topics. And so I encourage you to engage in those and with depth, and not simply just responding with a one-line sentence or saying, hey, I agree with you, or no, I believe it's this, but thank you for sharing. But explain why. Explore with one another. What is it that makes you think about theory from that perspective? And I think hopefully you will enjoy that opportunity. You should have your resource materials for the course. The primary book that you will be using is from Weston Turner, which has to do with conflict theory. And then if you look at your modules, especially the reading material, you'll see a number of items that have links that you will go to along with Weston Turner, but also the other links that you'll go to online to get that information. There's a couple of PDFs, I think one that is on critical theory, but we just have a number of topics that has to do with theory. Also, each week you will get a personal video orientation on the different types of theories from our program director, Dr. Kippy Fleming, and please look at those. Matter of fact, she emphasizes on a couple of those, that before you do any work or group work you're writing, you really need to look at those videos where she sets up the discussion and the topic of what those theories about. In addition, you're going to have a number of videos, movie videos, that you will have an opportunity to choose from each week, and you'll be using that integrated with what your assignments are to explain how they relate to the theories and the discussions. Be mindful, also look at the disclaimer. Some of the material that we've have implemented and integrated in this particular course, the movies, may be at different levels of we're concerned as far as the graphics in it, what is exposed, the language, and part of that is based on what is related to the discussions that have to be said. And so we just want to provide that, but recognizing it is for the purpose of exploring those levels of conflict. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to get in touch with me and we'll talk about that. But I think you have plenty of sources to be able to explore on that. And so therefore, I also encourage you to find those that you feel that you're comfortable with. So again, if you have questions, let me know. This past week, in preparation for the course, I provided a handful of announcements. One, you'll see a little bit more background on me. I provided a bio so you know a little about me as your instructor. Some of you may have already had me from other classes, and I welcome you back. Those that haven't, I think hopefully that will be informative, and you'll know where I'm coming from and what my academic background has been in relationship with ACU. In addition to the bio, there is also some information on the course that has to do with, again, the overview of what the course is, some of what I'm highlighting today. You'll also have a couple of other announcements. They're separate, but one has to do with the grading policy, information on the timeliness of your assignments. There's also one on how writing effectively, academic writing, as well as that having to do with plagiarism. And there's also a couple of other videos separate from mine, or the announcements that the university have provided that we encourage you to look at regarding plagiarism. In addition to that, one of the things that we've included it started last semester, we're real excited about, is you'll see in your Canvas profile there, when you open it, the system and the menu bar, there's something called ACU writing. I encourage each and every one of you to become friendly with that and recognize that if you have any issues or concerns with your writing or even your preparation of your documents, go to ACU Writing. There's also a web link there where you can click and you can schedule for an appointment with the individuals from that department, which are prepared and ready to help you with the assignments that you have for this particular class. I also encourage you to rely heavily on your APA manual. I tell the students in other classes, have that right next to your computer, and as you're writing, let that become your best friend. Don't take anything for granted as you're finishing your last leg of editing, and just cross-check your references and the citations you cite. Be mindful that if you reference something on your reference page, a source, or if you've cited it in the paper, it has to be in both places. In the paper, the reference. If it's in the reference, you have to cite it in the paper. Some students like to have, which I appreciate, 2-3 pages of references, but maybe they've only cited 3. That will not go. So I encourage you to, if you choose to use those references, make sure they're in both places and they're properly formatted. The other is just ensure that your writing is compliant, the paper itself, the document, with the APA sample papers that you see in the manual for 6th edition. If you follow that and some of the things that we've already established to get you headed off in the right direction, I think you're going to have a really enjoyable experience with this class. I've taught conflict theory for, I think this is probably my 3rd or 4th time, and each time I've learned something, as well as from the students and the topic that we're exploring for that week. So it's what you make of it. I also encourage you to be timely with your assignments when you submit them. Don't wait for the last 10 minutes and then decide to upload it for your deadline. If it is late, the Canvas system will mark you late, and I have no control of that, not unless there is an emergency by you're hospitalized, death in the family, or catastrophic event that has occurred in your community or your residence, home, or family. So just be mindful of those. I think we're going to have a wonderful time together, and I'm looking forward to getting to know each one of you all. Oh, another reminder is this Wednesday we will have a Canvas Zoom conference, and you will see, I believe it is under your resources, module 1, under reading. You'll see the link so you can participate in that Zoom this Wednesday. All that is to say hello, meet one another, perhaps be thinking about what is it that you hope to get out of the course this semester, and we'll talk about that a little bit, and just simply to say hello and let you know again how much I appreciate you being in the class. If you have any questions at all, you are welcome to email me at my Canvas email address that's listed there, and I'm just really looking forward to us having a good time. So have a good rest of your Sunday afternoon, and looking forward to meeting everyone. Again, this is Dr. Nona James with Abilene Christian University, Conflict Theory, course number 606. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye now.